Woo!
What a moment for the young.
Ha ha! We're blessed! Get in! That's an eventful first half. So, let's start by saying the referee has been absolutely shocking. Shocking. Absolutely brutal. And I knew it. When I seen his head, when I knew who it was, Simon Hooper, I knew it was going to go wrong. There's not much to talk about football in this first half. There's not much football even being played. It's a sloppy game, if we're being honest. Liverpool got a goal against the run of play, you could say. They were being dominated for the whole half. They started holding possession after maybe 30 minutes for a small spell, but after that it was all over the place. Newcastle haven't been good up front, they haven't been clinical. But the game has been gotten out of hand because of Hooper, and I knew it. 2 challenges in. Joe Linton and Trippier. Now, all he's doing is this. But I knew when he done that, after 2 challenges, which was 2 yellow cards, I knew the next time we'll get the yellow card, Liverpool will get the yellow card. Now, whatever about him covering himself with Joe Linton the first challenge and saying calm down, calm down. Well, he should have gave a yellow for Trippier because he gave his warnings. So, of course, he didn't do that, but I knew that was going to happen. Then you seen Van Dijk eating him, absolutely eating him, because as the game went on, he knew Liverpool were getting nothing. He was giving them absolutely everything. His history with Liverpool. I remember he sent Jones off against Spurs at Anfield one day, which was a disgrace. I think that could have been the offside game as well, where the offside with the Diaz goal. Now I know that goes down to VAR, but just typical of the officials in this game, in this Premier League. Then he actually sent off McAllister, I think a week or 2 later, for a challenge that wasn't a red. In actual fact, after the game, McAllister got no suspension because of the fact it shouldn't have been a red. So he has history. The red cards have been brutal. Sorry, the challenges have been brutal, and he's allowed it to continue. He's allowed it to flow. It must have killed him. I made a couple of points here. It must have killed him to book Byrne in the 44th minute. It must have killed him that he had to book a Newcastle player. But I'll tell you what happened. He let Newcastle have the run of the game because they've been throwing themselves into challenges and they've been getting away with it. Which is why Gordon went for this man challenge on Van Dijk, and he's after getting a deserved red card, because that's what it was. The commentator, who drives me mental, says, we're looking at the channel, I'm looking at it, he's looking at it, we're all looking at the replay. Yeah, I think that's the yellow card. He was trying to downplay it. But of course, when it went to VAR, he changed his tune, because that's what to do. Now, I wonder how will the lads talk at half time how bad the referee is? But they probably won't, because they're all afraid to just do it, to give out too much about each other, because they're all getting paid. It's all one big thing. But Hooper allowed that game to get out of hand, and that's why Newcastle got that red card, because they've been getting away with murder, and that's what happened in the end. But Hooper let that game get out of hand, and he's been brutal against Liverpool. He's actually gave us horrible decisions. And Liverpool have been bullied in this game. I'm watching it. Liverpool have been bullied. I can't believe Liverpool are not putting their foot in or getting stuck in. I know it's easier said than done. Well, actually, challenges and being physical is actually something you can do. Form is a different thing. I know sometimes it mightn't happen for you. The ball mightn't break the way you want it to and stuff like that. That's football. But being physical in the game is something everybody can do, and I think Liverpool have been very soft in this half. We got a goal, which I'm delighted. Gravenberch took that goal first well. I know I had a slight deflection, but he got the shot off. I was delighted. I actually want to go back and see that challenge on Jones just before the goal. 2 seconds before the goal, Jones got challenged, which probably would have been a yellow card, but even though we got the goal, you probably thought, no, I can't book him. They're after losing the goal, which maybe it could be wrong here, but he went down the ground. I never seen a challenge. And I'm wondering, was it a yellow card that Trippier done on Jones? But of course, the goal drowned all out and Hooper ran away from it. But Hooper's been a disaster, I've said that, but I want to keep saying it. Newcastle, they've been a better team in the first half. But I actually kind of knew, I've seen it in football, I kind of know that, I played in football, I know it. Sometimes you can be all over a team. All over them. If you don't put them away, they will always get their chance. And I just felt if we kept riding it out, we're just going to sucker punch them, or we'll get a chance. And it happened, thankfully. But we need to be way better in this half. Way better. And so what's there to talk about in this half? Hooper. He's been the star of the show for all the wrong reasons. He let it get out of hand. And believe it or not, to your own detriment, Newcastle, That's the red card you got because you've been getting away with it. If he'd have stamped down that earlier, that game would have been a bit... No, I like it. Don't get me wrong. I love a game. I love a physical game. I love a passionate game. I love that. But they're the ones who set the rules. They're the ones who say if you put your foot high, it's a yellow card. Or, you know, they're the rule setters. You know, they're the ones that have to keep up the standard. But they're not keeping it up. So he let it get out of hand, and therefore Gordon, that cost you a red card, which it was a red card because he went like a mental case, putting a challenge in him, and at the speed he did. And Van Dijk, he was never getting the ball there, never in a million years. But that's what came of it, the red card. So not a lot to talk about. I think it was a very sloppy very sloppy first half. Liverpool, very sloppy, got the goal, thankfully, and Newcastle, even though they dominated the game, they've been very poor in the final third. But yeah, that's all we have to talk about in the first half. It's brutal. Woo!
What a moment for the youngster.
We're blessed. Get in. Whew. That was eventful. We are blessed, absolutely blessed to get away there with 3 points. 3-2 at the death. Look, let's be fair about it. You're 2-0 up against 10 men. Now, we got lucky there. I know it's great and we got the win. That's the most important thing. But if you're 2-0 up against 10 men, there's no excuse to let a team back into it. I don't care who they are. I'm telling you, just after the break, great goal. Ekatika took his goal very well, finished it well. Up until the 68th minute, I felt that when Newcastle got that first goal, I felt it was going to come for them. I thought we were very poor in possession. We didn't use the extra man well at all. 2-0 up, you should be killing the game. You should be holding possession. I know, to be fair to Newcastle, take nothing away from them. They pressed well. They got stuck in. The fans got behind them. They were brilliant. Newcastle deserved at least a draw. Now I know you don't get anything for deserving it, but Newcastle deserve more. And I'm a Liverpool fan, obviously, but I have to be fair. I thought we were very poor. As I said, we didn't use that extra man well. Ekatika took his goal well. Bradley, I was actually delighted to see Bradley coming on and getting a few minutes because that's, especially with Ting out injured, although he's coming back seemingly Frimpong after the international break. Yeah, look, we were lucky to get away with that game. What about the finish? What about the goal? Great link-up play with Chiesa. I'm not sure it was a Salah. And great dummy. What a lovely little dummy by Szoboszlai. And Rio absolutely put that goal away well. What a finish. It was a great finish. Took it fierce well. And that was his Premier League debut. Unbelievable. To show that composure. That's a finish of a fucking, you know what I mean, a proper centre forward, established centre forward in the Premier League. That's his debut, comes on and tucks it away very well. Keeper hadn't a chance. We're blessed to get away with that. That won't keep happening, obviously. That won't keep happening. You won't keep getting away with these things. It's the start of the season. It might take a few games, but it's the same for every team, But if you're challenging for a league, like Liverpool's going to be challenging for a league, you're looking for every game, you're looking to get 3 points. You won't always get them, obviously, but you have to be, making sure, seeing games out, 2-0 up. You want to be seeing games out. Liverpool's going to be challenging for a league title. So every point is crucial. You get away with it if you're challenging for 6th, 5th, whatever. You'll drop points as the season goes on. But I think when you're 2-0 up and Liverpool will be challenging for the league. I think you're 2-0 up. You shouldn't be conceding 2 goals. And we actually looked like we were the team with 10 men, and Newcastle looked like they had 11 men. Newcastle was very, very good. But Jesus, I let some more go. We got that winner. Badly needed, we needed it. It looked like it was a draw. Now, I would have took a draw if you pushed me before the game, because I was a bit, not fearful going into this game. I was just a bit unsure. But you're 2-0 up. you want 3 points then, you know what I mean? You don't settle for anything less. So it would have been definitely a downer if we had to gone off there with just a point, even though we didn't deserve it. And we mightn't have deserved that point, you know. But, you know, we plugged on to say, sign of a good team, you have to play bad and win. But you won't keep winning and playing bad, you know. So, look, we are definitely going to be better. We're definitely going to get better. There's no doubt about it. I just hope we get in Isak, and I'm hoping we get in Getty. I hope we do. You know, just to have more in reserve. Now, even though we won that game with players coming off the bench, we still don't look that strong off the bench, you know. So we definitely need to get a couple more stronger players in. I don't know. I can't see if Liverpool don't get Isak or Getty or either one of them. I can't see them rushing and just getting someone else in just before the deadline. Even though I'd love that, to be honest, because I want to have a couple more players in. But look, it's going to be them two or nobody, or just one or two, whatever. But hopefully we get them. Yeah, so it's 3 points. Was it deserved? Probably not. But 100% you're going to take them. You're definitely going to take them. You know, Liverpool look like that team now that I seen years ago when I was growing up. Like, I was even seeing Man United winning games at the death the whole time, and it was so frustrating, especially being a Liverpool fan. You always felt, even when they were playing bad, you felt these pigs are going to get a goal. Well, that's what it feels like probably for other fans looking at Liverpool now. They're probably looking and thinking, you know, they're probably raging. They're probably throwing and thinking, fuck the money. They're after getting, you know, they're blessed. Which I understand that. They're going to say that. Because I'm saying we were blessed tonight. But doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We got the 3 points. So I'm delighted with that. I just hope our performances get better, which they will. And I hope we get a couple of players in at the end of the week. Or the end of the transfer deadline. So, onwards, upwards, 6 points, maximum points. 6 out of 6, you can't get better than that, despite how bad you play. But we need to be better. We weren't brilliant against Bournemouth. We got the job done, but we weren't brilliant here tonight, you know. So there's definitely room for improvement, and we won't always keep playing bad. We'll get better. Just get these two boys in, or at least one in the next week or two, and bring it on.